Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 133 of Parenting Real Life. The blogcast, vlog. We don't know what we are anymore. We're all the things.
We're a video podcast now.
Yeah. Check us out on YouTube.
Today, we are talking about ice cream.
But why?
Because as parents, and we want to take our kids out for a treat or something, so you're driving by and just like, man, I want to just get a little treat for our kids. We feel like ice cream is just one of the best options.
That's right.
So we're going to tell you all about ice cream, but also our favorite places to get them because they're cheap and delicious, and that's it. Cheap and delicious.
Yeah, we ice cream a lot. Even though Alexis is pretty lactose intolerant and I'm getting that way. So before we get into that, we want to talk about where did soft serve even come from. So it's interesting if you dig into the history books. There is much debate. Obviously, everybody wants to be the first one that invented the first or second best treat in the world. And this is no exception. So the first one is Charles Taylor. He is from Buffalo, New York, and he patented an automatic ice cream maker in 1926. That feels somewhat legit.
Yeah.
Patents are traceable.
Patents, yeah. And these are soft serve too.
That's right. Ice cream's been around longer than that, but these are the people that really got it going, you know?
Like created the soft serve that we know in fast food restaurants and stuff.
That's right. So he invented the ice cream, and he still has the Taylor Company is his company. And for better or for worse, they make the McDonald's ice cream machines. We will get into that more, so I don't know if that's claim to fame or shame.
The second story is about Tom Carvel, and over Memorial Day weekend in 1934, he had ice cream in his car, and he got a flat tire. His car broke down, and this is in New York, and so he pulled his car over, and he just started selling his ice cream to people who were on vacation coming by, so he's just trying to sell it all out, and because it was melting. And it sold within 2 days, and he found that a fixed location and also softer ice cream was a good idea. And so he decided to go back to that same spot where his car broke down. He built a store, and he started doing soft serve ice cream from that store.
That one feels more sketchy. It feels like a big leap between melted ice cream and soft serve ice cream, but whatever.
Well, I was reading about what the definition of soft serve ice cream is, and it's pretty much just ice cream at a lower temperature. And so I think that's what they're saying there.
Isn't it a higher temperature?
Mm-mm. They said lower temperature. So these are low temp ice creams.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm so confused. Usually lower means more frozen, not less frozen.
I mean, I guess, okay.
It freezes at a lower temperature?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Or higher temperature then? Maybe
Okay.
You're right. Higher
We're not
temperature.
scientists.
I had that backwards.
We're parents. Leave us
I
alone.
think you're right. Higher temperature, right? So it was warmer.
Well, I think
warmer ice cream.
it could be that they freeze at lower temperatures, right? So they're softer at lower temperatures. So you can still get it cold and have it be soft.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas a normal ice cream, if it was at that temperature, would be rock solid.
There you
Anyway.
go. Maybe that's what it is.
The third is Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen claims to have invented soft serve. However, their date is the last date, so 1938, in Illinois, J.F. McCullough and his son Alex developed their soft serve formula, and when they did a sales experiment in August, they sold 1,600 servings, more than once every 4.5 seconds. So, I don't know if they invented it, but it does feel like they popularized it, right?
Yeah.
And they do it really well.
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
Try flipping over your Frosty. Doesn't go well. Just plop. Immediate plop.
Here you go. Here's what I wrote down. Soft serve ice cream formula as well as patented in super low temperature ice cream machines. I mean, I didn't write that down.
Doesn't make sense.
That was copy and paste straight from the source.
The wisdom of the internet. The source sounds better.
But we love that we're not the only ones looking for ice cream because there's actually a website. Actually, Alan told us about this website, or told me about this website.
Truth.
To you. So there's a website called McBroken.com. And this is about all the McFlurry machines at McDonald's, and it's just all over the U.S. and it shows which ones are broken. And so that way, if you're looking to go get a McFlurry, you know not to go at certain McDonald's at that time.
That's right.
And the interesting thing about it is, at least people are saying, that the ice cream machines have to be sanitized every single day, and they take 4 hours to sanitize. And so employees will shut them down so that they can clean them. And I think sometimes they shut them down very early. So if you're going at night trying to get some ice cream, they're already sanitizing their machines. So they'll say that they're broken, but they're just cleaning them. They're cleaning them.
So it's pretty crazy to know how much ice cream Americans eat. Americans eat about 5.5 gallons of ice cream a year per American.
That's like 88 cups. So I was like, like a cup of ice cream,
Am I doing my share? Am I above average ice cream?
I know. Sometimes I was like, does that feel kind of low?
88
servings of ice cream a year? Maybe.
And every time I eat ice cream, I'm not eating a cup, right? I'm eating like 3 cups. Probably 2 cups. I don't know.
We do,
So 44 times a year feels easy.
Yeah, we probably eat less in the wintertime, though. At least I feel like I want ice cream less in the winter. So maybe we're heavy on the summer, and then winter we kind of ease up. So it balances out.
Mabes.
Who knows?
I feel like if you do it right, you can make it year round.
But Americans are not the most popular, or don't eat the most ice cream.
Devastating.
I was surprised by this. See if you can guess.
We're second.
Think about it. We are second. We're second. Number 1 is New Zealand. They eat the most ice cream.
Frickin' hobbits.
They eat 7.5 gallons compared to Americans' 5.5 gallons.
That's a big win. That's not like we were close.
Oh, no, yeah. That's like by far the
That's a lot.
biggest. And then we have the most. And then I feel like each one after that is significantly smaller. So even though New Zealand beat us by a lot, we beat everybody else by a lot.
It's another reason to go to New Zealand. I want to go see what these people are doing.
Right? Apparently, and it also, the stuff that I was reading, they make really high quality ice cream. Like, New Zealand is famous for their high quality food. Like, they really are particular about things. And so it's supposed to be really high quality stuff.
I feel like New Zealand just jumped Ireland on my list.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I really want to go to Ireland. But I do want to go to New Zealand too.
The number 1 flavor of ice cream in America is vanilla. Unfortunately, that is not the number 1 flavor in our family.
No.
This is our parenting in real life moment. Why is it? This is the Alan Tanner theorem on kids' ice cream. The less likely your kid is to finish their ice cream, the more likely it is that it's going to be the worst flavor in the world. I just want to, class action lawsuit. Any of our lawyer friends listening, please call us up. Let's make this happen. The bubblegum ice creams, the Play-Doh, Superman, cotton candy, if it's flagrantly colored and tastes like garbage, kids can't resist it.
Oh,
and
so
they
bad.
don't finish. So it's either dripping and you have to lick up their gross ice cream, or they just I took a bite, now I don't want it. And I'm like, well, it's ice cream, so I have to finish it. We have to hit our quota as a country.
You're doing your job as an American. I know, I just picture our kids ice cream running down their hands, because
Yes.
it's melting and they're just like, my ice cream's melting, and so they don't know how to lick the sides yet, and so you just
And
lick it
it's
for them.
bright red and yellow and blue,
And then you just
tastes like dump.
blah afterwards. Why
So-
did you choose bubblegum?
We did not necessarily take that into account when we listed our favorite ice creams, but here they are. Now, I'm a brand guy, and so sometimes when you ask somebody, what's your favorite, whatever, diaper or beer or whatever it is, a technique they taught us, because that can be a really hard thing. I have a brother that just locks up paralyzed if you ever ask him to say his favorite of anything. It's just too much pressure. And we felt that with ice cream. Ice cream, it's hard to compare all these great things, right? Nothing on this list is bad. And so instead, what they teach you to do is have them compare it to something else. So what we're going to do is we're going to compare fast food ice cream to cars. Now, you can disagree with us. Come at us. Bring it. We're on social media. We're not afraid of you. But these are our personal feelings about ice cream. So, for an example, the Wendy's Frosty, we compared to a Hyundai Accent with hand crank windows. There's nothing magical in my mind about a Frosty except that it's cheap. That's it. It's kind of melty ice cream. It really does better when you're dipping fries in it. Mm-hmm. Just by itself, it's kind of Just kind of a melty mess. The first bite's often good, but after that, it's just a puddle of, like, it's just a race. This is like the cold cereal of ice cream, where it's like, you gotta go, because in 5 minutes, this is gonna be a soggy mess. Same thing with a Frosty.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
You can't wait till you get home with a Frosty, because it's over.
Nope, I dish them out in the car. Everybody eat your Frosties. And I do love the different sizes. They have the junior size, which I feel like is just perfect. For most of our kids, because it's small, it's cheap, and if they don't eat it, whatever.
And most of our lactose intolerant adults, that's also the appropriate size.
Yeah, just a small taste.
It's all of us. And we did the key tags this year, which you pay like $1.25 at the beginning of the, like, they do it usually in like December. And then the whole next year, you get free Junior Frosties with any purchase. So
I've even gone without a purchase. Yeah. It's like, hey, I have Frosties.
You just say, I have tags, and they're like, okay. And
they're like, how many do you have? And
they just give you a bunch. So
I always feel bad when I'm like, I have 7.
Oh, you really do. You can count.
I really do, I promise. They're in the car.
This isn't just me. So, Wendy's Frosties, Hyundai accent with hand crank windows. Nothing fancy, but totally gets the job done.
All right, now we have Costco ice cream, and Costco is your Honda Odyssey. It's high quality, but feeds the crowds. It's a ton of ice cream. It tastes really good. It doesn't melt super fast, and it's a lot though. And so eating one is really hard to do. So just pass it around among your kids. Like usually, and I've had this where they want their own, and I get them their own, and they eat like barely anything at all. So I'm like, no, we are sharing this ice cream. So, and Costco is really great about giving you extra cups if you ask. And so we're like, can I have a few extra cups? And you just scoop it out to all of the kids. So this is your, this is your van. This is your feed the whole family, and it's really cheap.
Yeah, and it's a quality that you're not ashamed of.
Yeah, we love having a van, mostly. Mm-hmm. The trunk space is amazing.
Don't get it started. We will do minivan car reviews another day. Our next one, this is a Utah only, so if you're ever in Utah, you've got to look up Iceberg. Iceberg is like a real old-timey place. They've got really great fries and onion rings, and it smells like it too. But their shakes are massive and really, really good. Mm-hmm. So we thought they were kind of niche. We call them the Subaru. This is the granola ice cream, like it's for a certain person that's looking for that nostalgia and that whatever. So it's our Subaru of ice cream.
So Iceberg started like in Salt Lake City.
Yep.
Like what?
Right.
The 1930s, 40s or something?
Right by where my grandma grew up. So she loves the original Iceberg.
And didn't she work at Iceberg?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know. His grandma she said she was a soda jerk at one point, so.
Yeah, I don't know if it was there somewhere else.
There. But she lived by the first Iceberg, which is fun. All right, our next one is Culver's. And Culver's is a little bit different because it's not actually an ice cream, it's a custard. And so we felt like this is like a Tesla, right? It's a little elevated from the ice cream. The custard is better quality. So it's delicious, but something you need to know about if you ever get the concretes at Culver's, never, ever, ever put hot fudge in your custard. We tried this a couple of times.
It was kind of embarrassing how many times we tried it. Because we lived in Wisconsin, good. And so we felt like we've got to get like the Culver's thing, that's a Wisconsin company.
Yeah.
And so we'd go get their concretes, which are like really thick, rich, delicious, soft serve custard. And we always put hot fudge because hot fudge sounds amazing, right? Who doesn't want hot fudge? And we'd get it and be a melty mess. We're like, what is going on?
I was always melted. We're like, is this a Culver's thing or what is happening here? Like, why is our custard always melted?
Turns out the hot fudge is actually really hot and it melts the custard. So
we stopped. We're like, maybe we should try it without the hot fudge. Night and day difference. So much better.
It's true. It's sad, but true.
So don't put the hot fudge in it unless you like it super melty.
Our next one, I think this is also a Utah only. But
oh darn, sorry about that.
So good. We're not sorry.
Oh.
Come to Utah.
Come to Utah.
Freaking heck. Why do you think everybody's coming here? It's the ice cream. JCW. I don't even know what that stands for.
I don't know either.
Everybody calls it JCW.
Just look it up.
But we compare this one to the Honkin' Van. And they're not alone in this. There's several like this, but theirs are the best one like this. It is massive. You get like the mini, and it's like 6 feet tall. It's a gallon of ice cream, and It's really good.
That reminds me of like Parks and Rec when they say the child size soda, and it's because it's the size of a child.
Yes. Right.
But if you don't know what a honkin' van is that's something that our family calls it, that is like a 12-passenger Nissan. Like,
That's right.
the biggest van you will see with 12 seats.
Did I even say that's what I compared it to?
You said honkin' van,
Oh.
but
Yep.
that's just what Jack calls it, so we call it a honkin' van.
Yep.
And he wants to drive a honkin' van.
Jumbo sized. Now, the trouble with JCW is they have so many delicious flavors that it's hard. At Costco, we can talk our kids into sharing. It's harder at JCW, and it is like, it's a lot of money. So JCW is like a
It's pricey.
sneak out when the kids are in bed, just me and Alexis type thing.
Yeah, and we'll just share one because they're huge.
Who does that? We don't do that. We totally do that.
And then our last one that we have on our list is Dairy Queen. We love Dairy Queen. It's really great, but it's also pretty expensive compared to the rest of the ice cream options. So this is your Lexus. It's high quality, but you're going to pay for it. And we also don't really have one near us, so Dairy Queen is rare for us these days.
Yep. But their mini is actually mini, and it still costs $5. It's like this much for $5 of delicious
Yeah.
but expensive ice cream.
That is pretty depressing. You're like, this is all I get, and I'm paying that much money for it.
This is Frosty sized, but
It's like you can pay $1 Frosty or a $5 Dairy Queen Blizzard. And you're like, come on.
so we're not saying which one's the best. They're just different. And so sometimes when you got a car full of kids, you got a Costco or Wendy's. And sometimes when you sneak out, you go to Dairy Queen or JCW.
The hard thing about Costco is there is no drive-thru. So you actually have to get your kids out of the car. So that one's usually if we're going to be at Costco anyway.
Struggles.
Yeah. But like Alan said, like there's a lot of good ones, a lot of variety. Just kind of depends on if you need cheap or if you're looking for quality or what you're trying to get. Or
Yep.
if you have a lot of kids or if you don't.
So we're recording this at 7 o'clock in the morning, and now I desperately want ice cream. So hope you're listening to this at a better, more opportune time of day.
Hopefully when you're in the car and you can just go grab something.
Right? Ice cream. Ice cream for life. Bye.
Bye.